like a stranger in your own life? Like, you're actually observing your life as an outsider because a lot of the things that are going on doesn't make sense, or the conversations that are taking place you don't feel like you're a part of or even have interest in. Hi, my name is Jacqueline Peterson, and if this is you feeling that you don't fit in, while also having this nagging feeling that there's more to life than what you're living, but you're caught between living your parents' dreams for you and trying to make them proud and trying to answer and wanting to answer your soul's calling for higher living, happiness, impact, and meaning. Well, then you've come to the right place. Welcome. This is our safe haven where we have powerful and vulnerable conversations that affects Asian American women as they are forging their path forward. And the hope is these conversations will help you have the clarity, courage, and confidence to find your purpose, live your truth, and stand unshakable. Because the best way to honor our heritage is to model to them a life of purpose, power, and prosperity beyond what they even imagined was possible. And so today, I want to dive into an issue that affects so many of us, not feeling like we belong or fit in anywhere we go, whether that be our environment, our family, or in the work that we do. So let's break it down into those three areas. First, let's talk about our environment. And in subsequent videos, we'll talk about the other two factors. So not fitting in your environment, when you are at a gathering, a party, or a networking event, for instance, and you walk into the room and there's this uneasy feeling, and you're scanning the room and everybody else seems to be clicking and gathering together, forming their own groups, having conversations without you. And you're trying to figure out, where do you fit in this chaotic environment? All these different conversations that are taking place, and you're not sure exactly what you have to add to those conversations and how to kind of be in flow with meeting new people, having meaningful conversations. And all the time in the back of your mind, you're like, I don't feel comfortable. And if you're being honest, you just want to get the heck out of there and go home and put on your PJs and binge watch Netflix rather than being in that environment, right? If that is you, please let me know in the comments and share. How do you handle when you're in an environment, a networking event, and a group of people you don't understand, and it's actually a crowd of people you don't understand, and all these conversations going on, and you feel like a fish out of water, right? I'll give you an example. About 2 years ago, I signed up for a high-level mastermind, and I'm telling you, this group of people in this mastermind are like powerhouse business leaders who are, they're CEOs or business leaders, they're entrepreneurs. They are, my goodness, they're probably making millions upon millions of dollars in their business on a monthly basis. And I walk into the room feeling like a fish out of water. And oh, by the way, the majority, and I mean like 95% or so, or maybe even 99% of that room are Caucasian males. So you get the picture, right? I walk in there and I feel totally like a fish out of water. And to be honest, I felt like I was the dumbest person in the room. But here's the thing. Here's what I've learned, right? The reason why we feel uncomfortable and don't fit in with our environment and feel like a fish out of water, it's because we are being called to the next level of our growth than where we are today. And that's why it feels uncomfortable, right? Because there's something that we need to learn next, or a skill that we need to develop next to step into that next level of growth and help us embody our greatness further. That is why we feel like we don't fit in. And if I'm being honest, if you're like me, a success-driven Asian American woman, you're constantly wanting to grow and pushing yourself to grow, right? You're not comfortable with the status quo. You're not comfortable being complacent. And so you're constantly in this realm of discomfort, which is a good thing. So what I've learned in that is that it helps. I'm being called to step into my next level of growth, right? Here's what you can do to ease yourself into these situations so that you feel more comfortable and you don't feel like a fish out of water in the future. Ask yourself this one empowering question. What is it that I need to learn in order to grow and feel more confident where I am? I'll say that again. What is it that I need to learn in order to grow and feel more confident where I am? So ask yourself that. Next time when you're in a networking event or at a party or a gathering or anything and you feel uncomfortable, especially when it's with people that you don't know in your first meeting, right? Ask yourself, what is it that I need to learn to grow and feel more confident where I am? So it could be that there could be a skill that you need to learn, like about communication, about, it could be learning to hone your message if you are a business owner and asking, what is it? And people were going to come up to you and ask, what is it that you do? It could be that you learn more about what that, in my case, that mastermind is all about, right? Where it's about investment and businesses and how to grow your money and all of that. So for me, it's more about learning about financial intelligence, right? Financial. So that's what's happening when you don't feel like you fit in your environment. It means that you're being called to your next level of growth. And so just ask yourself this simple yet powerful, what is it that I need to learn in order to grow and feel confident where I am? All right? So that's the first area of feeling discomfort and feeling that you don't fit in. In the subsequent videos, we'll dive into in your family environment with your parents and your siblings or your extended family, feeling like you don't fit in, and your culture in general. And we'll dive into what it means when you're not happy with the work that you're doing, despite the advanced degrees that you had to earn in order to do your job, despite the status and how high up the corporate ladder or how well your business is doing, and yet you still don't feel this sense of satisfaction. So we'll dive into that in subsequent videos.